So, lines of latitude and lines of longitude. The units for these are in degrees, and a lot of people are confused, but if they're a line, then how can you be measuring them in a degree? It's not a temperature, it doesn't look like an angle, but in essence it really is an angle. So here we're looking at lines of latitude. You got the equator right here in the middle, 20 degrees north, 40 degrees north, 60 degrees north. Same thing going down here in the southern hemisphere, 20, 40, and 60 degrees south. But there's a cutaway here, and this is where the angle comes into play. If you start from the center of the Earth and take an imaginary line out to the equator, that's your starting point. So the 20-degree north latitude line is a point on the surface of the Earth. As if you started inside the Earth and went out to the surface, it would make an angle of 20 degrees. Same thing with 40. If you were to make a 40-degree angle from the center of the Earth, starting at the equator, going up, it would hit the surface of the Earth at this point here, and you could trace that all the way around the Earth. So that's where these angles come from, all the way up to the North Pole, which is a 90-degree angle. Notice you can't have an angle greater than 90 degrees for latitude, because as you start to go over on the other side, you'd have to go from the other side of the Earth, coming up from the equator in that direction. So 90 degrees is your maximum latitude line that you could have. For longitude, same idea, except instead of starting from the equator, you're starting from the prime meridian, that imaginary line that runs down through parts of Europe and Africa. Same thing, we're starting from the center of the Earth. Here I have 30 degrees of longitude east of the prime meridian, 60 degrees east, same thing going west, 30, 45 west. But again, it's an angle. Starting at the prime meridian in the center of the Earth, drawing a line, how many degrees away would that angle be if you were at the center of the Earth?